Oh, shut up, I'm not that tweet. That's hot. What is that? That one I can turn on for these, huh? You need my booty hot? It is 42 degrees. Man, it feels like it's about 60, 65. Damn, it's still more hot than I'm for. Oh, that's hot. Ooh, Jah, it's hot. I forgot the kid is on the side. Bro, you driving way up in this line. Oh, I love it. I love the days when I was a young one, and I could walk to school without worrying about being snatched up and all that. And I love seeing the kids walking home from school. It's sad because you would think the parents would want to go and walk with them. Yet, I'm not here to bash anybody. So as you see, my shorts from now on will be totally for educational purposes, or to speak on things that may be how do you say it? Let's put it like this. I'll be using some constraint because there's a lot of things going on in this world, and I don't care about certain groups of individuals thinking that they have controls, vitamin E, and I will show some serious constraint because, like I said before, numerous times, and I kept slipping. We don't have to sound like, nothing wrong with sounding like a geek or a nerd, but we don't have to sound like something other than who we are. The truth of our baritone, the importance of it, the vibration, the naturalness to it. I'm not going to redirect or focus anywhere, but I will speak on things that need to be spoken on. Why I went live is because I find, because when I get back and go live, I'm just going to read. This is not just suggestive or nor am I subjugating you to something that you don't have to believe in. You can look this up. But we are all poison. We're all poison. It's in the air, it's in the food, it's in the water, it's in your blood. And you know, I got a notification. I'm gonna turn that off because y'all might not be able to hear me when it comes on. I don't know. Again, it's in the air, food, the water, it's in their blood. And what is it? It's microplastic. You know, it can cause cancer. It's all kinds. It's very deliberate. It's very debilitating. I can't get words up because I was looking at this and I've heard other people talk about it, and I was like, I wonder how many of our people actually know about this. It's debilitating, excuse me. And it's sad because we didn't have no need, nor was there ever a real excuse to have plastics. There is enough red clay and there's 3 different types of dirt I can dig up, and with the proper water and time and building a kiln with grass or whatever, we can make pots and stuff that are healthier to eat on, actually more mineral rich. We have allowed a very deceptive regimen of afflictions happen by way of a system most were blind to. I'm serious. We didn't have to let none of this happen. Everything was made upon, every time you turn around, it was a giant step because of warfare. We never had the necessity nor the need or an explainable use for plastic. Never. Not even cell phones. This is the thing that gets me. Even, you remember when paint came out and they were putting lead in the paint? Were any of you aware that the paint that we used before that was not toxic, not poisonous, not environment unfriendly? Were any of y'all aware of that? No, seriously. And obtaining that paint can still be done on a scale 100 times all the buildings and stuff on Earth. Right now, do you know why we have polyester clothes? When it came out in the 60s, it was like the new fad. Well, nobody was obese, really. You had big mamas, 70, 80 years old, right? And some of the food was going through a change. More flour, refined flour, the worst thing in the world, came into being in the 40s, right? 50s. Every bit of this has been without a necessity other than to make sure that people work, to which they didn't do prior to that, other than the love and the enjoyment. And then the narrative of picking in the cotton fields for slavery, which was totally fabricated. And it was monetized after the so-called Civil War, and not an act of endearment. Our clothes should be nothing but pure cotton, even linen from wool. What is the purpose of this but to lower the frequency, the energy around you? It makes perfectly good sense. So they get it in our bodies, and they get it on us, and they outsource us making clothes. And not to beat up on anything, because I've heard gay people talk about this in the gay community. I've heard certain individuals who I know speak on the fact that, when did we start getting into making clothes and using all this crap? I've heard them say that. Yet you have a perversion in what we call normal, right? As well as any other platform. But it seems to be stricken by the corporate identity and ideology of fashion and the veneer and the shallow vision of Hollywood. Who paints the picture, right? I'm here to tell you, everything can be stopped and reversed. We can go back to how it should be, like that. I was looking at this and where it was made at by Nike, and I realized that everybody in the certain positions, whether it be Adidas, this, that, Balenciaga, whatever those things, the other one with the child stuff, which is bad. Excuse me. Every bit of it has been bad. We are the original creators of the bandana. How did it become affiliated with gangs, and then outsourced to Indochina and Indonesia and all these other places, Philippines, Taiwan? These politicians are fraudulent. They are fake at the highest level, and we can stop it all right now. Right now. Now, I'm not about the violence and all the other foolishness. I'm no pushover, and I know how to act upon it if it comes my way, and I will act upon it with every measure, capable and possible, with no feelings, emotions bound. And I mean that. The thing is, regardless of that little, why do you think they control the hemp? Now, I don't even smoke no more. Why? Because I don't trust not even the so-called, the natural, the indica. I don't even trust it no more. In no way, shape, or form. I don't care how it makes you feel. If you can't feel like that on your own, then yeah, pretty much that part. I look at everybody attempting to look different and better than everyone, and I just can't do it. You saw the sweatpants I had on, right? I got these in 1994 when I was in Jacksonville, Florida. I was in the military, and they were always wrapped up in some tight plastic. You know how we do the military roll. And one day I was on the res and I opened the plastic. I was in Jersey. I think I might have been with Lucy. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna rock these. I've had these since 1994. These blue, white, and green. You see what's on them? Boulders 940. This is like Motor Planet Racing Team. I had it since 1994. This is 2023. You dig what I'm saying? We never had the need for the stuff we have. None whatsoever. No need. We made Nike and Adidas and Timberland something. New York and New Jersey. Philly. But New York and New Jersey made Timberland, Nike, and Adidas. Trust me when I tell you this. We made them a household name. Did they come into cities and refurbish homes? And no, when the crack epidemic happened because of the, who put it out there, they didn't do nothing. They didn't care. See, and yet here we are. I am ready. My brother showed me a video, and I love looking at, what I'm saying? I'm going to keep that conversation with him because I haven't commented yet. We really need to stop ostracizing one another, and we truly need to come together. I look at Pastor Dow, and even he knows, ex-Army Ranger, right? Even he knows that he has some feds up in there. And that's the worst thing to do right now, is to think that you're going to get by, when a lot of us, we want to see you around, because that way we can see you. The issue at hand, though, is what we're really truly capable of. We have not even tapped into. So I just wanted to express that the poisons are real. I'm just talking about microplastic. We know there's tons of others. But who would do that? Well, you need to know who are the people that are being portrayed to be leaders, and governments are not leaders. The people lead by way, and the government established what the people require and need. So we know that the NFA has nothing to do with the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, no government or anything legal. We know that the Supreme Court is a fractured environment of old coups. And we know that the ATF has been taken over by the same organization that wants to push a new world order, who would like to see China, whoever, or whatever war they can create. It doesn't matter how. They are part of that whole dichotomy. CIA, all of them. I don't even like saying their names. They're all part of it. I have firsthand. I know how the story ends. I know how it can end, and that's all I will ever tell you. I appreciate all the new subscribers. I appreciate the comments. I did my best to comment today. I had not commented on all of them. Give likes, appreciation, and if you say something that don't make sense, or you can't articulate what you need to say, or you say something foolish, I'll just block you, report it, or delete it. It's like you're wasting your time here, because I have nothing for you. For the idiots can come in bounds and bounds. I know how the story ends, so you stay in that lane, and you cry out in the last minute, I was wrong, and nobody's going to hear you. You better get it right now. That chlorophyll, man. Oh. Anyway, I'm here to check my mail. I appreciate you taking the time to check in. And sometimes we have to be the revisionists. Sometimes revising things means stepping back into what actually worked. And a lot of us have a lot of information of what actually works compared to the things that don't work. And they continue to keep pushing, even in the simplest form. And the simplest form doesn't mean that it's good for you. How can we get this stuff out of our body? Well, first, I look at all the things that I'm using. I just threw away like 8 plastic containers. They're PVA free, but I threw them away because, you know what? I ordered 2 pounds of what you call it, clay, that I can just heat up in the oven. You have the clay like that. I'm just gonna make some pots and some things and just heat them up in the oven at 400 degrees for the time required, and use those to have drinks. And I'm really good with clay, y'all. I don't have a potter's wheel, but I'm good. I can make some pretty good stuff. And I known for Miss Visco's arts class, all arts classes I've been through, college art class, doing a Mona Lisa on a stamp to braggart rights in 5 minutes with an ink pen, and everybody going, you got to get out of here. And then going back with 3 colors, black, brown, and white, to paint it in of watercolor. A 5-inch. Well, that was about stamp. A 5-inch thing like that big. Mona Lisa. 5 minutes. And even the art teacher was like, did I just watch that? And then get the watercolors, black, white, and brown. And not even wiping them off. Coloring them in. Colored it in. I still have it somewhere in there. It's probably in the shed in the back. I got to go and pull it out. But the thing, like I'm saying, is it's time to change. Either you're going to stay with the system, because, you know, we have those individuals who are going to be like, hey, if it's done broke, you know, fix it. It wasn't broke, and this is what they fixed it with, duh. But you do what you got to do. They're going to be still making that stuff. You keep doing what you're doing. It's time for change, people. All right? I haven't eaten nothing. My therapist and my doctor says, Mr. Branch, we know that you told us you had to take the pill a few times and you back off. I says, yeah, because I had got to a point where I was about to have a heart attack, or I didn't want to, and I wasn't sure if it was anxiety, and I had to take it to make sure it wasn't anxiety, and it wasn't anxiety, it was something else. Hey, look, a lot of us, Desert Storm, you know, and anthrax pills. I think I only took it once, but some people, and it messed a lot of us. A lot of us aren't here. Nothing was ever meant with a good reason. So we cannot sit there giving energy to that. We have to embrace love, be prepared for whatever, and we have to move forward and be informative. And I believe being informative is one of the best things. So I'm gonna shut it down. I love you guys. All right, and get home. We're gonna go ahead and get into reading those books, and then later on we're gonna set it up, and we're gonna get to reading. I would like to actually read like 2 or 3 parts in an open mic, or like a small mini everybody podcast, and then hear people's input on Mr. William Cooper's. But that's after I read the forward. Okay, after I read the forward, maybe I'll suggest it and see what people say, and if y'all all with it, and then we'll do that. All right. So appreciate y'all taking the time to listen to my philanthropy. I don't want to say that because I'm not here to look at you. The dogs are big. Anyway, be barking at me. Listening to me just rattle along. I find importance in some of the things I say. But anyway, I'll get with y'all later. All right. We got to do something different, people. We got to change up.